So, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I am speaking to my legacies today, specifically my veterans. I wanted to come to you today just to talk a little bit about life insurance for veterans, okay? And the reason I wanted to talk to you about this, there's some misconceptions out there about how much money or benefits a veteran would get in the event of death. So I want to clarify that, but I also want to talk a little bit about some supplemental insurance to help our veterans. So this is how we see it, right? You protected our country, and we want to make sure that you protect your loved ones too. So there's a couple of different types of products out there that are available for veterans. But here are some things that I want you to know. If you qualify, the VA or Veterans Administration has a final expense benefit for non service. Okay, this is people who are not currently in the service. Non service related death, I should say, is only $796 for a plot. Plus, they also offer a $300 burial allowance if not hospitalized by the VA at the time of death, or you're entitled to $796 burial allowance if hospitalized by the VA at the time of death. So I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. If you non-service related death only is not $796 for a plot plus a $300 burial allowance if not hospitalized by the VA at the time of death. If you are hospitalized by the VA at the time of death, it is just $796. Okay, so I want to make sure you understand that. Also, when you separate or retire from the service, you can't take service members group life insurance with you. All right, that is what you currently have if you are in the service. You can replace it, however, with veterans group life insurance. But what happens is because it's no longer under the group policy, those payments tend to be higher. The premiums are higher. And they also increase every 5 years based on your age. So you want to make sure that you find out what that number looks like. So one of the things that we try to do is fill in the gap, right? We want to make sure that you have enough coverage, whether you're in the service or whether you're no longer in the service. We just talked about what benefits are available through the VA. And so, what we want to do, we want to make sure you have sufficient coverage, and this is to cover your final expenses. You may be able to help bridge the gap. We offer a variety of life insurance options that will fit your unique need and your unique budget because we want to make sure anything that you do, any type of supplemental insurance that you may get, we want to definitely make sure that it is in your budget. Right now, what I want to do is just kind of go over what would your final expenses kind of look like at the time of death, because a lot of times people haven't been told this or haven't even looked at it. It's not something that you just sit around and think and talk about every day, or even research for that matter. So just to let you know, the median cost of funerals, all right, for the professional services, that is through the funeral home, they're running about $7,800. Metal casket is running, 2,500 with a burial vault at about 15. Okay. In addition to those costs, you also have the cemetery costs. The plot itself can range in price, a huge range between $400 and $10,000. So just depending on where you are, where you live, whether or not you have a family plot, whether or not you have a church plot, whether or not you need to get a plot on your own, there's a large range. Of course, a lot of times the family will want a monument. Those range in price as well, between $300 and $12,000. Opening and closing of the grave by the cemetery, it varies between $300 and $1,000. And then, of course, the graveside service itself can range between 200, excuse me, and $37,000. So listen to me, guys. The range is between $13,000 and $37,000 for final expense, and that's just to cover the cost of the funeral and the services that I just mentioned. We also know upon death, there are other expenses that your family will incur, especially if you're a married person, that income that you were making is no longer in the household. So your spouse will be responsible for bridging that gap. And so having any additional funds through a life insurance policy will definitely help at that time. So our goal again is to help bridge that gap that occurs between what the VA provides to its previous service members and active duty as well. So again, I just wanted to reach out to my veterans today, share this information with you. I'm always available to provide you with any additional information. So feel free to reach out to me. You can either call me, you can either DM me, you can text me. My number is 919-633-1711. I also put that in the notes here on the video. And I'm here to serve. So thank you for tuning in. If you have any additional questions, just let me know. Have a great day. Bye-bye.